Before I get started today, I just wanted to show you something quickly. Recently I had a friend of mine come over and nap with me. His name was Kelley Elkins, and he uses a strap like this to do his indirect percussion. Now I think he had a belt that has holes in it, but this is a universally adjustable type 2-ring belt, I guess they call it. The kids have a lot of these. We get rid of the clothing but keep the belts. They outgrow the clothes and keep the belts. But I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find these at thrift stores and whatnot, maybe even laying around the house. So these are pretty good. Anyway, I was napping the other day, a few days ago, with this, and it works really well. I get a lot of questions on how do I hold the flakers. I can't hold them behind my knee. And normally I don't answer those things because there are so many different methods to do this, but since I was impressed with the way Kelley was using his and the results he was getting, I figured, a lot of you guys can probably get some benefit out of this. Alright, so if you saw what I just did there, you just cinch it up tight or whatever. It doesn't have to be too tight. And then we'll hold it under your knee. The more you extend your knee, the more force this will hold it behind the knee. Okay? So you're able to exert some inward pressure. Okay? You can kind of get the feel for that. Or you can tighten the strap up. Or you can, wrap something that causes some friction in there, like tape or whatever, on the handle, so you can push inward if you need to. There's not much requirement for pushing inward, but if you need to, it's kind of handy to have something like that, or have that option. Alright. Now I was napping some things, and my flakers are kind of short for this strap. See, my flakers are, this one's 9.5. They're usually around this size. Okay, so that when I was napping, I was having a little bit of a hard time keeping those flakers in place and having enough sticking out here so I could strike. Now, a lot of times I have short flakers like this because of the antler size. With abo techniques, it's very difficult to get an antler more than, or an antler tine more than, let's say 6 inches long that's straight. Okay, and also long pieces like this one here that work better are difficult to put in my drill press. This one here is 13 inches works really good. Okay, but it doesn't fit in here. I can't get the I can't get it to work that way. I have to move the base of this press off to the side. But I'll make some of these. I guess I'll do a video on a new set of tools with longer flakers. No, that's not longer. Anyway, 13 inches works, and I can rig this up so I can make some. Alright, so I'll do that in a different video. Okay, so I was working with the strap, and I noticed that there are different positions you can use this in. Different positions for this. Pardon me while I fumble with it. And some of you abo nappers are already strapping the indirect flakers to your legs. I've noticed that. I don't use a strap on my indirect, but it seems to work pretty good for you guys. So, and a lot of people have asked me in the past about this, so I'm going to go ahead and finally do a video. You can also strap it above the leg. put this strap here above the leg and hold it like this. It works well like this also. Okay, like this. Or like that. Either way. This one here, when you stand up, you can't extend your knee all the way. I noticed when I was napping, if I had the straps above my leg, I could stand up and reach for something else and sit back down with no discomfort at all, no problem. Okay? And usually when I nap, I reach down, pick up something else and switch around. So I was switching the flakers back and forth, and I noticed, you know what, I can just go get another strap. So instead of having to keep doing this, if I have more than one tool, I can put more than one strap on. Okay? And have two tools. And you can also switch these above the leg. Okay? Like I've seen some of you abo nappers. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Alright, so you can switch it. It can be below the leg or above the leg. And when I was napping, I was using two different bits. So I can do like fine work here, move it out of the way, heavier work with this one, and switch without having to fumble around, pick them up, restrap. And also you can have bits on both sides. So if I could go ahead and switch depending on which bit I need. So up to 4 different bits with this particular arrangement with 2 flakers, just by switching around. You know what I mean? It works pretty good. It's pretty versatile, and I was getting some good results. You do have to reposition them a little bit because they do, you know, they move around when you strike, but it's a fast thing. So I recommend this, and thanks to my friend Kelley Elkins, who came over and demonstrated what he does. He saw me do the indirect percussion. He couldn't hold the flaker behind his knee, so he came up with a strap, and I thought it was kind of cool. So there you go. Hope that helps.